huh?
Yeah. So we're back with Andy Tauer. We're smelling fragrances,
Brothers,
his
Andy
fragrances, and we're going to start out with, is it L'air du désert Marocain?
L'air du désert Marocain.
Moroccan.
Yeah.
My French is not the best, but LDDM I hear a lot of people say.
Yeah.
Just make it easy for themselves. So, and you were saying in the earlier video, which you guys should check out, that this is the second sort of commercial fragrance you ever created, right? Which is why it has number 2 there.
That's correct. Yeah, the first one was Le Maroc pour elle. Yeah.
All right.
And you, you spent time in Morocco.
I did. I lived in Morocco for a month when I was in college, and I love Morocco. So this one was really special to me when I first smelled your line.
Yeah. You know, when I created this fragrance, when I was thinking about the idea of Morocco, I was imagining to actually be there in the evening in a hotel and you know, having the door to the terrace open and the wind bringing in this air du désert Marocain, this desert air.
Yeah.
So what you should get here is you should get something which is actually very warm. It's evening, but the wind is still warm. You should get some spices from the souk. Okay. There's a jasmine bush blooming below. It's very discreet, but it's there. Then there's something smoky, leathery, and I get asked quite often, why is there smoke in the air du désert? And the reason is, in Morocco, women still cook on open fire their food, so in the evening you have this smoky element in the air.
I was going to say, that I think that rings true to me.
Yeah, and then there's a vanilla note, okay, and people ask me, what's vanilla doing in air du désert Marocain? And this is actually the scent of the bakery where the cookies are being baked. So you see, my idea was to kind of create a panopticon of this moment in a village close to the desert.
Well, it's like I'm only not saying anything because I'm enjoying this image so much. I have to say, and I know this fragrance probably better than, I mean, I know it well. Jeffrey probably doesn't know it quite as well, although we've smelled it before, but it's been a while. But what I was going to say is that I find this to be, not only does it totally match the picture that you're saying as I'm smelling it, but also the way that it smells on my skin. I remember the first time that I wore it, like I smelled it a few times, and then I wore it, and I mean, I think this is a side note, but your fragrances last. I think they have a good longevity. And I put it on in the morning and then had an event that night and was out with people, and I couldn't stop smelling my wrist. And I just, the way that the notes develop on the skin, I kept on making everyone smell it. I had so many compliments, and we got in a big talk about fragrance, but it was because of this particular fragrance, which I think is so evocative for so many people.
Yeah. And you know what is also interesting is it really matters who wears it. So I have a good neighbor, a friend. She's in her 80s now, and one day I just gave her a bottle as a gift, just out of the blue, and she wears it daily. It's really become her signature scent. But on her, maybe because she's a woman, maybe because of the age, it's a very soft fragrance, actually, you know. So for me as creator, it's very interesting what the skin can make of a fragrance.
It softens on me somewhat for sure, but I love this fragrance. And to be able to smell it with you, who created it, is really cool. I have to say, I'm just kind of geeking out on this moment for a second.
Okay. Yeah, I love it too, yeah.
That's what I was going to say. So you still love it? It's your child? You still love it after all these years?
And now I'm getting more of the vanilla and jasmine as it goes on, a little more. I get, the spices are mellowing a little.
And the smoke is mellowing a little.
Yeah.
Oh, it's all still there though. It's great.
And that bush, the dry sort of leaves, the dry bush fragrance is like something that anchors it. I love it.
Yeah. And there's I don't know how I did it, but there's really a warm element, an element of warmth and comfort for me. So,
cool.
Yeah, cool.
Which one do we do next?
We should Lone Star next.
Lone Star Memories,
Go in the order that you created.
Number 3 with Lone Star Memories, we went a little bit wild.
Yeah.
Okay, can I do that?
Yes, please.
Okay, there you go.
Thank you.
There you go. So you see, when I launched Lone Star Memories, a lot of perfume lovers said, this is like a cousin to L'air du désert marocain. Okay? When I created it, I wasn't thinking in these categories, but in a certain way they're right. They're related. For me, Lone Star Memories, that's why it has the name. It's kind of an homage to this year back in Texas.
Yeah,
so it's about, well, cowboys. It's a little bit cliche.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about cowboys and campfire and the rough life out there, saddle,
Yeah.
the dirt or the earth. So it's. But I always say this cowboy has a very soft heart.
It does.
You know, there's a soft element that's kind of balancing everything.
Yeah, there's a sweet heart to this cowboy. Is that true?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
And is there? I mean, maybe you don't. I don't know if you think this way, but there's this one. Whereas that has a warmth, this has smoky and woody to me, and all these things you're describing. But there's a coolness to this too. This, I feel like this is a cool night air, not a warm evening.
Yeah.
Right? Is there a mint in there or something? Is there some? I always feel like one of the things I love about this is that it's what I think of as warm scents, but a coolness at the heart, or there's a coolness somewhere in there.
Yeah. So here's the thing. As a creator, I could now start talking about that there's this patchouli which has this minty effect, okay, together with incense that sometimes has this minty effect. But I won't do this because it's the wrong approach. It's like what you said is the right approach.
It's what you smell. Right?
What you smell, what you take out of it is actually important. I don't really like to kind of dissect surgeon.
It's more than the sum of its parts, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, because the way that things blend, you actually literally don't know what you've made in some ways when you say that, right?
Yeah.
When you say that, it's some truth to that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I always say I get a lot of questions, from perfume lovers asking about ingredients, and I always say don't ask about ingredients and never ask the creator, because the creator of a perfume is in the end clueless because he's totally biased. Okay.
Yeah. It's like describing your kid in an objective way or whatever. You just can't do it.
It's impossible. Yeah, right. And then, of course, what you are smelling.
So good.
So good. Of course.
What you are smelling might be totally different to what I smell because you have a different background. You've never lived in Texas, I assume.
No.
So.
Visitor knows, more importantly, right?
Yeah, right.
I mean, we don't know.
We do. I mean.
We don't. Yeah, I mean.
That's the crazy thing about scent is how no matter how they can say molecules and fit into shapes or what like all these things, the receptors ultimately the subjectivity is there in a way that you can never say someone no you're wrong, because I mean it's like that's a blue bottle to me, but if someone sees it as some other way, who am I to tell them that's I only can see through my eyes.
Yeah. So for instance, I was with Lone Star Memories. I was in where was it? Finland. I was giving a presentation about Lone Star Memories and other fragrances. And in Finland, a lot of people came to me and said, "Oh, this reminds me of my youth, camping, etc." And I was wondering why does it remind them of their youth? And we realized that back then there was a anti-mosquito cream, okay, that had birch tar in it. Birch tar gives this pungent note. So when you grow up in Scandinavia 40 years ago, Lone Star Memories will bring.
Little did you know.
That's funny.
Yeah, I was gonna say, little did you know, you sort of have a relationship with a cowboy.
Right.
That's funny.